In this mini lesson, you will learn some more advanced filtering techniques. The basic approach is the same as in our earlier mini lesson on filtering, but will enable you to zoom in a bit more on your data, including the ability to look at a range of dates and to create multiple filters to focus on specific dates for a specific student carrying out a specific type of behavior. To start, we are going to look at a report that focuses on time out of class. This will enable us to look at different filter options than we could with the student emotion report from prior lessons. The first filtering technique I will show you involves selecting a range of dates. This can be useful if you have an assessment period, say of 30 days, and you want to set a range that extends from specific start to end dates. Once again, we create a filter, and we select filter type as question, question as date, and for include records here, we select that and then between. Once we do this, we see two open text boxes. Now I type in my start date in the first box as 10/15/2013. This is the format for the drop-down calendar with months first, days, and then the year as a full YYY. I next type in 11/15/213 in the second box to indicate the end date. I apply the filter, hit the back button, and this now provides me with a restriction on my data from the start and end dates specified. Next, I want to show you how to use filters with a wildcard option. A wildcard is a variable that stands for a range of potential options. If you recall playing Crazy Eights, the 8 card was a wildcard in that it could be used to stand for any kind of card in the deck. Here we are going to use the wildcard to select for a set of times. We start by creating a filter. In the filter, we select question as the type, and then for select question, we pick start time. Now we move to the include record section and select that in the first drop-down menu and match wildcard in the second drop-down menu. Now in the text box below, we type 08:1* to indicate that we want to look at all times that start at 8 o'clock in the morning and has any value in the tens for minutes. Thus we see a 1 followed by a star. The star is the wildcard and can take any value from 0 to 9. When we apply this filter and then hit the back button, we can confirm our filter by looking at the start time question and the arrow inside the box icon. When we open this section of the report, we see that all the times are from 8 in the morning and from 8:10 to 8:19. By using the wildcard option, you can set a range of options. Next, let us create a filter that captures a range of dates, focusing on one program from one school, one student, when the student was out of class by a staff member, and due to one of two different kinds of behaviors. First, I create the filter. I select date as the question and use the include records that are and between and type 01/02/2014 for the start date. I then type 02/28/2014 for the end date. Next, I create a second filter. Select the which student program as the question and middle school as the answer. Next, I create a third filter and select middle school student name and Tyler J as the answer. Next, I create a fourth filter and select staff or self timeout as the question and staff as the answer. Lastly, I create two more filters, one for each type of behavior that caused the timeout. For filter 5, I select disrespect as the answer. For filter 6, I select failure to follow rules as the answer. Now comes the new part of filtering. Select the Apply Customized Logic Radio button here. In the open test box, you will see the expression that you've already created. We just need to make one change here to get this expression correct. Starting from the left, we read, include filters F1 and F2 and F3 and F4. The AND logic is correct because we want to filter and include these restrictions on the data. But for filters F5 as well as F6, we want either one of these. So we place parentheses around the F5 and F6 filters and swap the OR logic for the AND logic. It now reads filter F5 or F6. Now hit the Apply button. What you will see is that the expressions AND as well as OR have been replaced by other characters. Don't worry about this. This is just how the software reads this expression. Basically, AND is replaced by 2 ampersands, whereas OR is replaced by 2 vertical lines. This set of 6 filters enables us to zoom in on a range of days for one program, one student, one kind of timeout with 2 different behaviors. As you can see, by adding filters, you can zoom in as narrowly as you like on the data you are collecting. That's it. These are some of the basic applications of advanced filtering that will enable you to zoom in much more specifically into your data and thus dissect the patterns that are emerging.